At present you are doing CA. So, how many of you are in a CA final? How many of you already appeared for CA final? How many of you just appeared for an IPCC? And IPCC cleared? Not cleared. IPCC not cleared? Okay. I don't think so that you would have done something better than CA during that 2 times and only for 1 time. Okay. Anyway, now just want to give you a brief about CPA. It's an equivalent to CA degree in USA. What we have in India, that is a CA degree, and similar kind of degrees in US, that is CPA. But obviously countries are different, so the rules are different. And I can say that nowadays, before this session, earlier we had session and where only chartered accountants were invited, and around 100 chartered accountants were sitting. So even after becoming CA, your journey is not over. So many times you feel that still I have not got that degree of CA, but that is not your, that's a comma only, it's not a full stop. Because in every field it is happening that always everyone is looking for a higher degree, and in doctors they are not looking for MBBS, they are always looking for MD or MS. In case of BCom they are looking for MBA. In every field, engineering they are looking for ME or MBA. In a similar way, CA should not be a target, it should be a sub-target. The things have changed, era has changed. In 70s it was happening that someone is just doing graduation BCom was getting a bank job. And that was enough at that time. In 90s when I became CA was enough. But afterwards globalization started, internet, connectivity, all things improved. And now the business has crossed the barriers. And now I think so CA is also not enough. If you ask someone who has recently passed out, CA, if you ask whether you will go for a job or a practice, he will say I will go for further studies. Either I will go for CFA, or I will go for MBA, or I will go for CPA. So it's not always being a target that yes I am a chartered accountant and this is the reason. इसी के लिए मैंने सब कुछ किया था, ये किसी का गोल है ही नहीं. अब मैं आगे फर्दर आपको CPA के बारे में बताऊं. Before that we have one CPA with us. Who is in fact a chartered accountant as well as CPA. I introduce Ishita ma'am, and she is usually conducting lectures on the subject of regulation in CPA. She has an Indian chartered accountant. She is also CPA working in Ahmedabad with one of the US based company. So she can guide you further about this CPA course. Afterwards I will convey about the importance of this course. Please.
Welcome friends. This course is a globally level accepted course. Like CA in India, CA is the highest accredited degree in commerce field. Similarly, in United States, certified public accountant, not only in United States, frankly speaking, in global world, CPA is the degree that is of having highest credentials in the field of commerce. So likewise, what you have done in CA. Similarly, there are like 4 subjects in CPA. Let's just give you a brief idea of what are the subjects, what is the course that you have to undertake, what is the duration that you have to study, and how come you can get a CPA degree. There are 4 subjects in total. The first one is audit. You are familiar with that, the basic rules of accounting, because you are into CA course, so you already have the background. You will be very much comfortable with that. Second one is business and environmental concepts. It's nothing but what you have studied in your BCom, the BA and the IT. The third one is FAR. It's nothing but the basic rules of accounting. I already agree that the complexity level will be much more higher in case of CPA, but the basic rules you will be familiar with that. Okay. And the fourth one is the tax, the regulation one, under which you will study the DT and IDT. Similarly, what we have in India. Similarly, you have to study what are the tax rules and what are the law in United States. Now, how you are going to approach to this degree? you will have to, get your degree being evaluated. Bhushan will be the right person, to guide you of how that degree and evaluations will be taken care of by the Concord. And eventually, once you are eligible, definitely by one or the other jurisdictions, you will be eligible for a CPA degree. But once you are eligible, you can go and appear for your CPA exams and once. Okay, so it is not a memory game. It is just a concept that you have to clear and that you have to mastermind on that. So compared to CA, this is a very, very easily studied, easily acceptable degree. With less efforts, you are going to gain much more. This is the investment that you are making right now for this degree. But definitely you are going to gain much more out of that. Now, why CPA is needed? As Urvil sir has well stated, there are certain companies, who is going to come, like say for example, like multinational companies who are going to have their own subsidiary open here in India. Or there are certain outsourcing units that are outsourcing their tax work or accounting work to India. Those are the jobs for which you can see yourself sitting over there. So in short, I would like to tell that this is, just don't think that this is a different degree. This is just an extension of a CA degree. Because CA is now not enough getting into this globalized world. You just need to extend that degree one step further. If you have any doubts, I'll just leave my contact numbers and my details here itself on the desk. Maybe Bhushan and Urvil sir can share the same with you.
Thank you, ma'am. In fact, let me just start with basically we were under British rule, and 19th century we were of Britishers, and whatever system we have, we drive our vehicle on the left hand side of the road because it was a British rule. And even before independence of India, we had courses, we had audit firms. Apache Amin and Company, that is Ahmedabad firm, established in 1926. Saurabh S. Engineer recently celebrated 100 years in 2014, so they must have established that firm in 1914. It's a name CA which was there after independence when CA Act 1949 was created. But that was a replica of what Britishers left for us. So we were under British dominance and we were a part of Commonwealth country. Commonwealth games, you might be aware. Commonwealth games means games of those countries where Britishers were ruling. So that is, they are all Commonwealth countries, and everywhere you find out a CA tag. And everywhere you can find out vehicles are running on the left hand side of the road. But 20th century was of US dominance. And in USA, there is nothing like CA, but there is similar tag like CP. In today's world, you know that who is having more dominance? That is US. Majority countries where they have their corporates working over there. And obviously their corporates won't follow Indian accounting standard. They will follow US GAAP. Now, if someone is saying that आज मैं सोच रहा हूँ CPA करने का, सबसे पहले मुझे ये चेक करना पड़े कि मेरा क्वालिफिकेशन है कि नहीं. उसकी एक इवैल्यूएशन प्रोसेस है. How Navkar is going to assist you. We are being affiliated with the Concord, and Concord, in fact, doing this job for last 15 years. It's a Mumbai based, and they do have their offices in US also. More than 1,000 CPAs they have made. Now, first one is the evaluation. And basic criteria in a single line, if I tell you, if you are 12 plus 4, you are eligible for CPA. 3 years of graduation, 1 extra year of maybe the LLB, maybe MCom. If you are already a chartered accountant, even if you have not done MCom, will do. So your qualification is simply 12 plus 4. Second thing, that there are 4 subjects only, and all subjects you are familiar with. In some or other way you have already studied. Their way of asking will be different. But these are the subjects which are not unknown to you, which you are not studying for the first time. And today if you think that if I wish to start with my CPA, I am 12 plus 4, by what time I can make it over? If you make a good preparation, I think in next July or August you will be a CPA. You just need to apply for 4 papers only. Now a difference what we have in CA and CPA, I can say in CA there is articleship of 3 years, whereas there is nothing like articleship in CPA. After clearing CA, whether even if you wish to go for a job, you will have to go for articleship of 3 years. But this is being a best part of CPA. The day when you become CPA, afterwards, if you want to go for a practice is known as license. Then only you need to work under some practicing CPA for certain year, maybe 1.5 year or 2 year or 3 year. So it's the best part. इंडिया में क्या है CA के अंदर कि भाई आपको जॉब करना है कि प्रैक्टिस करना है, तो भी आपको करना तो पड़ेगा ये आर्टिकल्स। जबकि CPA के अंदर मुझे जॉब ही करना है, मेजॉरिटी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स आर डूइंग जॉब। वी आर नॉट थिंकिंग ऑफ डूइंग प्रैक्टिस ओवर देयर, बट वी आर थिंकिंग ऑफ जॉब। और जॉब करने के लिए जो सोच रहा है उसे CPA की डिग्री की जरूरत है, उसके बाद कुछ एक्सपीरियंस जो CPA के अंदर लेना पड़े, ऐसी कोई रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है। यानी आज अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि चलो मुझे एग्जाम देना है, देयर आर 4 पेपर्स टू पास, उसमें भी 60-40 होता है, 60% मल्टीपल चॉइस फॉर्म में, 40% सिमुलेशन मॉडल होगा। इन दैट वे यू कैन बुक योर एग्जामिनेशन, यू कैन थिंक ऑफ बुकिंग योर एग्जामिनेशन कि मैं हर क्वार्टर के पहले 2 महीने में एग्जाम होती है, जनवरी फरवरी में होगा, अप्रैल मई में होगा। यू कैन बुक योर एग्जामिनेशन, और आज एक पहला पेपर दिया, दूसरा पेपर कल ही देना, ऐसे भी जरूरत नहीं। Why we started, why Navkar entered into this? As the generation is changing, ग्लोबलाइजेशन हो रहा है। अभी भी हम यूएस के डोमिनेंस में हैं, बहुत सारी कंपनीज इंडिया में वर्क कर रही है। गल्फ में जाओ तो मेजॉरिटी कंपनीज जो है यूएस डोमिसाइल वाली है। सो यू विल हैव अपॉर्चुनिटी अक्रॉस द ग्लोब, स्पेसिफिकली एट 3 प्लेसेस, इंडिया, गल्फ एंड यूएस इटसेल्फ। ये 3 जगह पे आपके लिए अपॉर्चुनिटीज बनेगी। दिस इज व्हाट वी हर्ड फ्रॉम आवर स्टूडेंट्स। हमारे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स सीए बनने के बाद सीपीए बने हैं और अभी यूएस में। रिसेंटली पास अभी 2014 में हमारा स्टूडेंट हुआ था विधान शाह, एंड नाउ एट प्रेजेंट ही इज इन यूएस एंड ही हैज डन विद हिज सीपीए। उसका एक हमने वीडियो भी मंगवाया है, उसने भेजा भी है, हम आपको मोबाइल से वो व्हाट्सएप से भेजेंगे व्हाट ही इज सेइंग अबाउट सीपीए। आपकी ही एज का है, सीए किया, यहां से वहां पे गया एंड ही डिसाइडेड यस आई वांट टू गो फॉर सीपीए। और मोरलेस देखा है कि इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स when they appear they clear in the first attempt because we are not ready to pay examination fees in dollars twice that we can't afford, and specifically when we are Gujarati obviously we can't afford, so we are just appearing and we are just straight away clearing this examination. One more student जानकी पड़े, these are the names which are familiar, और उसने भी यहाँ पे CA किया, वहाँ पे जाके CPA, बात खत्म। Afterwards what will happen? If I bifurcate the countries of the world in 2 parts, एक ब्रिटिश डोमिनेंस में था और दूसरा यूएस डोमिनेंस में था। थर्ड पार्ट भी है जिसके ऊपर किसी का डोमिनेंस नहीं है, उसका किसी का इंपॉर्टेंस भी नहीं है, हमें वहां पे जाना भी नहीं है। लेकिन ये 2 पार्ट में बाइफरकेटेड है, दोनों के अंदर कॉमर्स की किंग डिग्री, दैट इज वन इज सीए एंड वन इज सीपीए। सो अगर आपके आर्मरी में इतने अच्छे वेपन्स हैं, you can earn like anything. इससे पहले का जो सेशन था सीए का था, now you just imagine 100 स्टूडेंट्स बैठे थे, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को सीनियर चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट भी बैठे थे, वो क्यों सीपीए के बारे में सोच रहे हैं सीए बनने के बाद भी? Because when they joined with CA, they cleared with CA, but they are not having expectation to earn 6 lakhs or 10 lakhs per annum. अभी जो मुझे लास्ट में लड़का मिलके गया, he said that my pay is 12 lakhs at present. आपकी एज का है, आपसे 1-2 साल बड़ा होगा। He said my pay is 12 lakhs, still I want to go for CPA. Believe me, in a Gulf, Bhushan is in fact from Mumbai and he has traveled from Mumbai. He is handling this Concord and he will tell you more about. But on an average, a student is getting 3 times than a chartered accountant once he is clearing CPA. यानी अगर आपका एक expectation है that I want to get pay 35 lakhs, 40 lakhs per annum, obviously you will get your fees in a foreign currency and that is making a difference. वैसे भी जिन लोगों ने बाउंड्रीज को क्रॉस किया है ना, they have performed better. कितने सालों से अगर देख सकते हैं, इनफैक्ट अगर हम मारवाड़ी कम्युनिटी की बात करें, वो पूरे इंडिया में होती, जहां पे दे आर रिच, बिकॉज क्योंकि उन्होंने मारवाड़ छोड़ा, उन्होंने राजस्थान, जब अपना ओरिजिनल प्लेस अगर आप छोड़ते हो तो उसका इंपॉर्टेंस कुछ ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है। गुजराती की बात करें, द बिगेस्ट एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ गुजरात, दैट इज गुजराती। We are not exporting jute and cotton and all, rather we are exporting Gujarati. वो सबसे बड़ा अपना एक्सपोर्ट है, और हम सबसे ज्यादा यूएस जाते हैं। जो यहाँ से ट्रैवल करके जाएगा, ऑब्वियसली he will become rich. जो माइग्रेट होता है उनका एक अलग से इंपॉर्टेंस है। आज से 500 साल पहले भी ये रूल था। बेसिकली गुजराती में भी हम जो है, मैं इंतेसर वगैरह सभी वाणिया कम्युनिटी है, और वाणिया वर्ड आया है वर्ड वहानिया पे से, जो वहान को लेके बिजनेस करते थे, पोर्ट पे से अपने गुड्स यहाँ पे नहीं बेचते थे, बाहर बेचते थे, वो वहानिया थे। वहानिया पे से हम बने वाणी। उस वक्त हम बेचते थे कॉटन और ये सब कुछ मरी मसाला जो यहाँ पे बनता था वो। आज वो बेचने के लिए तो क्या हम बेच सकते हैं? स्किल्स। उस कॉटन का, उस जूट का, उस मरी मसाले का इंडिया में जो इंपॉर्टेंस है उससे बाहर उसका इंपॉर्टेंस ज्यादा है। उसी तरह से जो नॉलेज आपके पास यहाँ पे, आपके पास वो जो नॉलेज है उसका यहाँ पे जो इंपॉर्टेंस है, उसकी वैल्यू यहाँ पे जो है उससे ज्यादा बाहर है। सो जिन लोगों ने माइग्रेट किया, दे अर्न इन डॉलर्स, दे अर्न इन पाउंड एंड दे मेड द फ्यूचर। तो सबसे पहले ये आपको डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा कि मुझे वेयर आई वांट टू बी आफ्टर 5 इयर्स और 10 इयर्स, व्हाट आई वांट टू हैव, मुझे क्या चाहिए, वो एक फाइनल गोल। सेकंड, वो अचीव करने के लिए मैं क्या करूं। I don't say that CA is not a good degree. CA बहुत अच्छी डिग्री है, जो डेप्थ CA में है वो कहीं नहीं है। लेकिन जिस डिग्री के लिए हम अप्रोच कर रहे हैं वो यूके के डोमिनेंस में था, ब्रिटिश डोमिनेंस में, और ब्रिटिश डोमिनेंस का ही इंपॉर्टेंस वर्ल्ड वाइड कम हो चुका है। मेरे पास CA की डिग्री है, लेकिन कंपनी तो यूएस की है सभी, उससे तो यूएस के ऊपर परफॉर्म करना है, उससे इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड का तो नॉलेज की जरूरत नहीं है। सो उन्हें जो नॉलेज की एक्सपेक्टेशन है वो आपको गेन करना पड़ेगा, rather than what knowledge you have। और आप अहमदाबाद में बैठे रहोगे, मेरा ये नॉलेज मेरे पास आके काम करवाना है तो करो, no one will come to you। You need to get that knowledge and you need to approach them। So almost I can say that what you earn after becoming CA, almost 3 times there is a chance to earn, and when there is an opportunity like this, you should not miss। We don't think so that we can run a BCom class, we can, if we wish to earn only MCom class or something like, but we are not into. Why we thought of this CPA? Only because of the fact we communicated to all our past students and they said that it is a need of this era. Its CA degree is not enough, you need to go beyond that. Those students who became CPA on their own after putting lots of efforts, so many efforts. But now we are into this to support all our students whoever wish to become CPA. And whatever we do, we believe obviously doing it in a best level. हम यही टारगेट में रहेंगे कि अगर किसी ने डेस्टिनेशन रखा है कि मुझे 6 साल 7 साल 6 महीने 7 महीने के बाद मुझे अपनी ये CPA की डिग्री चाहिए, तो उसके लिए जो भी एफर्ट्स हमें डाले वो सारे सभी के सभी। क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है वर्किंग? नंबर 1, फर्स्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर वर्किंग, दैट इज इन यूएस। आप डायरेक्टली यूएस के अंदर चांसेस इनिशियल फेज में कम है। यू विल अपीयर इन यूएस, यू विल एग्जाम भी आपका वहां पे होगा, आप क्लियर भी करोगे। सेकंड इज इन गल्फ, व्हिच इज द बिगेस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर इंडियन चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स हु आर CPA, एंड ऑन एन एवरेज दे आर गेटिंग अर्निंग 35 lakhs to 40 lakhs per annum if we consider in Indian currency, and third one in India itself। जितने भी कंपनीज इंडिया की है जो यूएस स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में लिस्टेड है, उन सभी में CPA की जरूरत है, और ये कंपनीज डे बाय डे बढ़ रही है। बाहर से आने वाली कंपनीज इंडिया में डे बाय डे बढ़ रही है। हमारे पीएम भी सभी जगह पे विजिट कर रहे हैं वगैरह, तो कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा। एंड ऑब्वियसली एट दैट टाइम इफ समवन इज हैविंग ड्यूअल नॉलेज CA CPA, in that case they are acceptable in all parts of the world। So if you wish to say नहीं मुझे तो इंडिया में रहना है, पेरेंट्स के साथ ही रहना है, किसी के साथ जाना नहीं, अगर ऐसा आप सोच रहे हो तो इंडिया में भी मेरे लिए क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है? हाँ, अपॉर्चुनिटीज है आपके, बिकॉज MNCs जो वर्क कर रही है उसका ओरिजिनल जहां से वो इनिशिएट हुई है वो तो यूएस ही होता है। तो ऐसी सभी कंपनीज के अंदर इनकी जरूरत पड़ती है। अब सर हमने तो नॉलेज ही एक्वायर किया है, उसका कोई मतलब नहीं, you can also prepare for a CA examination. But along with that, the knowledge what you have got, कई बार स्टूडेंट्स मिलने के लिए आते हैं ग्रेजुएशन के बाद, मुझे पूछते हैं सर CS करूं, MCOM करूं, LLB करूं, now I'm giving you an option that go for CPA. Along with CA में क्या करूं ऐसा पूछने के लिए आते हैं, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट ने CS या MCOM या LLB ज्वाइन भी किया होगा, लेकिन उनके लिए सेकंड इक्विवेलेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी जब अवेलेबल है, इट मे हैपन down the line 6 months or 7 months that you end with your CPA, complete with your CPA, and then after you may not think of completing your CA. ऐसी possibilities दिख रही है मुझे अभी, जिस तरीके से आप मुझे सुन रहे हो ऐसे दिख रहे हैं, because you are searching for an option, how I can skip this and how can I quit this, or what I can show to my parents कि भाई मैं अब CPA कर रहा हूँ इसलिए CA के लिए मेरे में कम फायरिंग करना। लेकिन जो नॉलेज आपने गेन किया है, that is not in vain. That will help you in one or other way. Many of you might have completed with your articleship. और वो 3 साल का जो articleship था, वो आपको पे करने ही वाला है in a form of your completion of this course. जैसे आपको बताया गया 4 सब्जेक्ट हैं. इनफैक्ट भूषण भाई जो आए हैं वो मुंबई से है, वो ज्यादा इसके बारे में बताएंगे. मैं जो आप सभी स्टूडेंट्स हो उसमें से कितने लोगों ने 12+4 हो चुका है? How many of you? 12+4 4 यानी 1 साल एडिशनल.
सिर्फ सर सेकंड ईयर के लिए 12 थीसिस
12+4 can you please raise your hand? Okay, ongoing और 4th year वैसे कितने हैं? Ongoing और 4th year. Okay. And likely to join बाकी सभी. कि आप ज्वाइन करना है इस रीजन से. But they can also start with them. They can do their studies. But afterwards you will be eligible to appear at a later date. यार बेस्ट पार्ट इस डिग्री के अंदर क्या है? सबसे पहले आर्टिकलशिप ही है. If you want to go for a job. Number 2, you can book your exam. मुझे इस दिन एग्जाम देनी है. Number 3, एग्जाम इमीडिएटली आज कल परसों ऐसा नहीं है, आप जब देना चाहिए. Number 4, चारों सब्जेक्ट फैमिलियर. Number 5, 60% पेपर्स मल्टीपल चॉइस फॉर्म में. यानी आपकी मेमोरी का टेस्ट नहीं, आपकी कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी का टेस्ट. ये इसके बेस्ट फीचर्स हैं. नंबर 6, उसकी एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी अक्रॉस द ग्लोब. ये जब सारे ऑप्शन अवेलेबल हो, I need to think at least, and I will just make sure that whoever is leaving this classroom after the end of this seminar is taking a call. It's being a big call. In fact, it's not a small call. You need to consult your parents, you will have to consult your friends, and you need to consult someone who is not biased. If you consult me, obviously I am 60-40. I will prompt you to join for this CPA. So you should not consult me. You can ask me any questions you have. You should also not consult someone who is saying no, you should do C only, C only, C only. लेकिन आपको जो कंसल्ट करना है वो किसी को करना पड़ेगा, और वो कंसल्ट करने के बाद कॉल लेना. यहाँ पे जो लेक्चर्स चलेंगे वो संडे को ही होंगे, एंड इट विल बी 2 सेशंस. संडे को 4 घंटे के 2 सेशन यानी 8 घंटे लेक्चर्स होंगे. बीच में लंच ब्रेक होगा. लंच विल बी प्रोवाइडेड फ्रॉम दिस साइड ऑफ नवकार only, and it will run up to 18 to 24 Sundays. इसके 3 फेज में मैं बाइफरकेट करता हूं. नंबर 1, आपका एक तो इवैल्यूएशन प्रोसेस होगा. आर यू एलिजिबल टू अपियर फॉर सीपीए एग्जाम इन विच नवकार विल सपोर्ट यू. उसकी एक स्पेसिफिक पैटर्न होती है, उस हिसाब से. नंबर 2, दैट कोचिंग पार्ट, एंड नंबर 3, वीजा. अब ये एग्जाम 2 जगह पे कंडक्ट होता है. प्रिफर्ड डेस्टिनेशन, वन इज यूएस एंड सेकंड इज दुबई. दुबई में तो टेंशन ही नहीं है, वीजा तो मिल ही जाने वाला. लेकिन फिर भी स्टूडेंट्स दुबई की जगह यूएस प्रेफर करते हैं. क्यों? वो उसकी फीस जो एग्जाम की दैट इज 3 टाइम्स हायर इन दुबई इन कंपैरिजन विद यूएस. सो मोरलेस और यूएस में इस बेसिस पे सर ने मुझे बताया पिछले 2 साल में उनके एक भी स्टूडेंट का वीजा कैंसिल नहीं हुआ है. दोस हु आर लुकिंग फॉर सीपीए वीजा बेस्ड ऑन सीपीए, देख इफ समवन इज लुकिंग फॉर वीजा इज गेटिंग एज अ स्टूडेंट पिछले लास्ट 2 साल के अंदर. यानी वीजा इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, और वीजा के लिए पूरी प्रिपरेशन यहाँ से करवाएंगे. So Navkar is going to assist you in 3 ways. First one, for your evaluation, are you eligible or not? Number 2, that is for the purpose of coaching. Coaching किस तरीके से होगा वो भी बताएंगे आपको. And number 3, that is for the purpose of your visa. हमारा कॉनकॉर्ड के साथ एसोसिएशन है और कॉनकॉर्ड की ऑफिस यूएस में भी है. So they are going to support you in all aspects. Nowadays the time has come where we need to think globally. Genuinely, if I tell you, I cleared my CA in 2000. I was so keen to go for US. In fact, मुझे जाना ही था. But मेरे टाइम में ये CPA की कोई awareness भी नहीं थी, मुझे पता भी नहीं था, सच में बताऊं तो. I wanted to go on the track of that MBA for doing MBA after completing CA. But there was a pressure from family that you need to stay here only. And we can't afford that you are going. So this kind of issues I faced. But today my family is also believing that अगर वहाँ पे गया होता you could have done better. So ऐसे barriers जो आपको control कर रहे हैं. Obviously if I ask my parent or if you ask your parent, they will say, oh, I can't afford कि तुम चले जाओ. ये आपको limit करता है factor. They are ready to pay, but they are not ready to कि भाई आप चले जाओ यहाँ से. मेरे केस में ऐसा केस था. At the same time, मेरे नेबर में ही था और उसने इनफैक्ट बेसिकली डूइंग सीए वो जितना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, उसके बाद जॉब सिलेक्शन जो होता है वो ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है. वन ऑफ माय नेबर टुक अ जॉब इन अ केमिकल इंडस्ट्री अभी 2 साल पहले. 30-35 हजार रुपए का सैलरी, हैप्पी टू हैव 35 एट दिस एज. बट जब केमिकल इंडस्ट्री का ग्रोथ नहीं है तो तुम्हारा ग्रोथ कैसे होगा? आज से 5 साल के बाद देखेंगे ना तो भी वो वहां पे होगा, उसका पे 50-55 हजार तक पहुंचा होगा. लेकिन फॉर दैट 55,000 यू डिडंट बिकम सीए. दैट वाज नॉट योर गोल. उसके लिए इतनी मेहनत नहीं की थी. सो जॉब सिलेक्शन बहुत ही मायने रखता है. एंड द सेकंड नेबर हु इज आल्सो सीए, मेरे से पहले बना था, 1999 में सीए बना था. ही डिडंट टेक अ जॉब फॉर 6 months. 6 महीने तक कोई भी जॉब नहीं ली थी उसने. बंद कर दे. He didn't take a job for 6 months. He was good in IT. I can say जो केमिकल और टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज है ना वो 3rd जनरेशन. उसके बाद 4th जनरेशन में ये बैंकिंग, इंश्योरेंस वगैरह है जिसका ग्रोथ पॉसिबल था. और उसके बाद ये आईटी सेक्टर है. Imagine I'm talking about 1999. He was good in IT. और उसने मुझे बोला था कि I want a job in a IT field only. ये इम्पोर्टेंट कितना हो जाता है लाइफ का एक डिसीजन. लाइफ के कुछ डिसीजन होते हैं वो ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होते हैं. Whether I should do CA or not. In a similar way, whether I should do CPA or not. After becoming CA, whether I should go for this job or not. ये घर खरीदूं कि ये घर खरीदूं. रियल एस्टेट के अंदर जब होता है तब कंफ्यूजन होता है क्योंकि वहां पे रहना है. इसके साथ शादी करूं या इसके साथ शादी करूं, ये भी रहता है जिसपे आपको किसी को कंसल्ट करना है. एंड ही हु शुड बी अ वेल विशर. मुझे अभी भी याद है उसने बताया था मुझे 1999 में कि आई वांट टू गो इन आईटी फील्ड. जब आईटी इंडिया में इतना डेवलप भी नहीं हुआ था. इनिशियली ही टुक अ जॉब समवेयर इन अहमदाबाद ओनली. आफ्टर 8 months बहुत लोगों से प्रेशर करे थे फ्रेंड्स. किसी ने सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन की, किसी ने केमिकल इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन की, किसी ने टेक्सटाइल. वो सभी ने 35-40,000 की जॉब के साथ स्टार्ट कर दिया. हो गया 20,000 की जॉब के साथ. उस वक्त 20,000 भी ज्यादा थे. माय फर्स्ट पे वाज 5,500 आफ्टर बिकमिंग सीए. लेकिन उसी दिन मुझे पता चला था कि इस पे के लिए तो मैं सीए नहीं बनूंगा. और अगर यही पे तो सीए बनने की कहां जरूरत है. उस वक्त 10-20,000 रुपए की जॉब के साथ सभी फ्रेंड्स ने स्टार्ट कर दिया. उसने नहीं किया था. He said I want to go for IT field only. अहमदाबाद में कम था फिर भी उसे जॉब मिला था. पे कम था. He took the experience. मुझे आज भी याद है मुझे यूएस जाना था, उसे भी इंडिया के बाहर जाना था. मैंने बोला था मुझे कोई भी जुगाड़ करके जाना है और वो बोलता था कि मुझे तो ही जाना है अगर कंपनी बुलाती है. उसके बाद he went to Bangalore for a job. Then after he went to हैदराबाद. हैदराबाद की कंपनी में उसने वर्ल्ड बैंक का सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया. And later on, after 2 months, he got a call from HSBC, Hong Kong and Shanghai headquarters, and he's being recruited there. अभी वो हांगकांग में ही है, उनकी कॉर्पोरेट ऑफिस में, उनके हेडक्वार्टर में है और कंपनी ने उसे बुलाया है. अब उस पोजीशन पे जाने के लिए for the first 8 months he didn't take a job. He did what was upcoming. 1999 में आप इमेजिन करो, IT was upcoming, but he entered into that. जो established था उसमें एंटर नहीं हुआ. In today's context, if someone asked me, I would say CPA is upcoming. आज से लेके वो वहां पे बैठे, उसने मुझे बताया, we are interacting with each other, उसने मुझे बताया what is corporate world Indians are not knowing. हम अंबानी को या टाटा को कॉर्पोरेट बोलते हैं, वो पेड़ी जैसा ही है हमारे कॉन्टेक्स्ट में देखने जाओ. अगर आपको रियल कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड देखना है, यू नीड टू बिकम ग्लोबल. जैसे बिल्डिंग यहाँ पे होते हैं और दुबई में कैसे होते हैं, वैसे कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर यहाँ पे और वहां पे यहाँ पे और वहां पे, उसमें बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है. तो वहां पे जाने के लिए मुझे क्या सीए की डिग्री चाहिए? वो है तो अच्छी बात है. एल्स द सेकंड अल्टरनेट विद नॉट योर नॉलेज वेयर यू कैन अप्लाई, दैट इज विद द सीपीए डिग्री. सो ये जो नॉलेज आपने गेन किया है, दैट विल नॉट बी इन अ वेन, यू विल हैव टू मेक यूज इट. उसे सिर्फ डायरेक्शन देना है. किसी ट्रैक पे आप जा रहे हो और कहीं पे डेड एंड आ जाता है, तो आप वहां के बाद वहां पे एफर्ट्स लगाते हो, ठीक है, कुछ किसी तरह से निकलने का. अदरवाइज यू चेंज योर रूट. In a similar way, when you are getting a hurdles in CA, you can also change your route. You have your vehicle. Vehicle is your knowledge. But there is a dead end in CA for you. If you find it's a dead end for you, you can change the direction. But you can reach your destination. So it's only a matter of changing your direction. Or when you joined with CA, you had many dreams. And we wish that dreams should be fulfilled. If not with the CA degree, in any other way, but it should be fulfilled, and that is up to you whether it will be fulfilled or not. Recently, हमारे colleague की death हुई. He was just having age of 37-38 years. He was a common friend of all our faculties, and he was a lawyer, very dynamic personality. A year back when we met him, we were impressed with his personality. You just imagine, हमें impressive लगा उसका personality. One fine morning he got a blood report that he is suffering from cancer, and he was having the same cancer जो युवराज सिंह को था. And he said, मुझे अभी भी words याद है कि I will be back. He was a fighter in fact. Recently दिवाली से पहले उसकी death हो चुकी. We were just so stressed and बातें कर रहे थे. उस वक्त मेरा एक सेंटेंस था, मैंने बोला कि चलो यार एक वर्क लिस्ट बना लेते, कोई काम तो बाकी नहीं रहता है अपना. But at that time तरल sir corrected me. And Taral sir बोले कि you should not make work list, all of us should make our wish list. हमारी wish list बनाए और उसे पूरा करें. मेरी wish क्या है? He was very correct that work list, it's okay, you need to work obviously, but you need to make your wish list and you need to complete it. For completing that wish list, obviously हम सभी की wish list छोटी तो होगी नहीं, बड़ी होगी. और उस बड़ी विश लिस्ट को कंप्लीट करने के लिए ऑप्शन क्या मेरे पास? एंड इन फैक्ट आफ्टर मैरिज यू आर नॉट इन दैट पोजीशन, बट इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माय सेल्फ, माय विश लिस्ट इज इन अ थर्ड प्रायोरिटी. फर्स्ट विश लिस्ट ऑफ माय किड्स, सेकंड ऑफ माय वाइफ फैमिली, एंड थर्ड वन माय ओनली. अब ये तीसरे में पहुंचते पहुंचते कितना पैसा, कितना काम करना पड़ेगा. लेकिन ये और उसमें भी मैंने रिसेंटली मेरे सन को दे रहा है वो वंडर्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड का बुक दिया गलती से, तब वो उसकी विश लिस्ट में आया. वो ताजमहल को सिलेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है, वो एफिल टावर को कर रहा है. सो दैट इज बिल्डिंग अ प्रेशर ऑन मी. बट नाउ दिस ऑप्शन इज नॉट देयर फॉर मी. सीपीए एज हैज गॉन, नाउ आई कांट सेटल डाउन इन यूएस. बट इफ आई एम बीइंग इन योर पोजीशन, वैसे भी मुझे तो पहला डेस्टिनेशन मेरे लिए वो +1 कंट्री था. अपना कौन सा है? +91 है अगर आईएसडी कोड देखे तो, और वो +1 है, वो नंबर 1 है. तो क्यों ना मैं नंबर 1 में रहूं? ऐसी मेरी सोच उस वक्त थी. थिंग्स डिडंट फेवर उस वक्त, हुई नहीं कुछ. आज के डेट में मेरे पास ऑप्शन नहीं है, बट इफ आई एम इन योर पोजीशन आई वुड सेलेक्ट. ये अपॉर्चुनिटी लाइफ के अंदर आई है कि आपका जो नॉलेज है, एक डेड एंड पे कहीं पे फंसे हुए हो, डायरेक्शन चेंज करके हम जिस डेस्टिनेशन पे जाना चाहते हैं उस डेस्टिनेशन पे जाएं. ये इट्स अ कॉल, एंड आई नो दैट यू वोंट टेक दिस कॉल अलोन. यू विल कंसल्ट समवन. आई पर्सनली बिलीव यू शुड कंसल्ट समवन, बट यू शुड बी हैविंग ऑल नॉलेज. इस डिग्री की अहमियत क्या है? कई बार स्टूडेंट्स मुझे पूछते हैं सीपीए पे या सॉरी CS करो, MCOM करो, तो मैं उन्हें बोलता है काम कर, एक फेक बायोडाटा बना जिसमें अपने आप को CS दिखा, Naukri.com पे रख, कैसे रिप्लाई आते देख, अगर अच्छे रिप्लाई आते तो कर, नहीं आते तो मत कर। तो मुझे पूछने की क्या जरूरत है? You just need to make a biodata. Naukri.com, Job.com, वहाँ पे रखोगे तो आपको तुरंत पता चल जाएगा कि इस डिग्री की, आपके नाम को देख के तो करने वाले नहीं है कोई, वो तो आपके क्रेडेंशियल, आपके डिग्री को ही देखने वाले हैं। So whether I should go for it or not, CA मत रखना, कहीं पे डिमोटिवेट हो जाओगे। या IPCC पास आउट ऐसा मत रखना, लेकिन you can keep this CPA and वहाँ पे ऑप्शंस आपको देखने को मिलेंगे। So you want to fulfill your dreams, the way in which we, इससे पहले का जो सेशन था ना सारे CA थे and all were Naukarites. So they have a faith कि आएंगे अपने टारगेट, अब 0 से 12 लाख तक तो पहुंचा दिया है, अब नेक्स्ट स्टेप है उसे 40 लाख पे पहुंचा, और उसी के लिए वो आया है। जब आया था CPT में तब 0 पे था, आज 12 लाख पे पहुंचा है 6 साल के बाद। अब 12 से 40 पे पहुंचाने के लिए हमें सिर्फ 6 महीने की जरूरत है। जैसे भी पहले एडिशन होता है, उसके बाद क्या होता है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन होता है। अब ये मल्टीप्लायर के स्टेज पे ले जाते हैं, आपको डायरेक्टली 12 लाख में सीधा 40 पे ले देते हैं, और वो ऑप्शन अभी ओपन हुआ है। We are into this CPA, obviously we'll do our level best. Reason, academics always run with reference, it never run with advertisement. And we know that if we produce your positive result, your testimonials will come, you will send others to our institute, and in this way it will work. It's not like that you are being enrolled and vagera, simply that in many ways we are going to take care of all of you. Any hurdle you face, obviously this will be new laws, new country, something new you are studying, but something better you are studying, and where you have a good chance, good possibility of clearing. आगे मेरा तो स्पीच वैसे ही चलेगा, लेकिन फिर भी I will invite Bhushan bhai, please come on the stage, and Bhushan bhai is handling this CPA since last 15 years. Concord में से 1000 plus students CPA हो गए हैं, और जरूरी नहीं कि वो CA थे, शायद मेजोरिटी में नॉन CA। और उन्होंने अभी मुझे बताया कि अभी किसी स्टूडेंट जिसने ग्रेजुएट ही था 3 or 4 years back he did CPA, he's from Mumbai in fact, who did CPA from his institute only, and today he is working in Dubai or Gulf somewhere, and he is having 2 properties in Mumbai. So simple graduate student can do CPA and can create this kind of wealth. So that opportunity is still there with you. सारी टेक्निकल फीचर्स वो आपको बताएंगे. I had the intention to create importance of CPA. सारे टेक्निकल फीचर्स वो आपको बताएंगे, कौन से पेपर कब अपियर कर सकते हो, क्या फीस रहेगी उसकी, ये सारी डिटेल्स वो आपको बताएंगे. उसके बाद आपका क्वेश्चन आंसर होगा, आप क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे, आंसर मैं दूंगा, एंड में कंक्लूड भी मैं करूंगा. सो आई एम हैंडिंग इट ओवर टू भूषण. थैंक यू.
So very good afternoon all of you, and nice to see so many of you on a Sunday afternoon. You had so many options, but you chose to be here. I can assure you one thing, that if you act, this Sunday could well change your entire career. But like Gurvesh said, you have to act. I'll take you through the technicalities of the entire program, and before that I'll just brief about myself. My name is Bhushan Shilar, and I take care of the countrywide marketing for Concord Academics. We are the number 1 as far as CPA coaching is concerned, and we've been doing this since 2001. We not only do the CPA, we also do some other small certifications, but today we are going to be talking only about the CPA. We're also very thankful to Navkar for letting us do this association. This awareness is something that has to be created for the CPA, because not many people are aware of this sort of certification. Something that is quick fix, something that can be done if you are focused enough in 6 to 8 months, and at a cost which is not unbearable. So about Concord Academics, we were a company incorporated in 2001, and we are exclusive partners for Glyme Incorporation. So what is Glyme Incorporation, or rather what is the Concord Glyme CPA review all about? What happens happens typically with US certifications is that the conducting boards, in this case the conducting board is the AICPA, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. What they will do is they will only come out with the syllabus. They don't publish a single piece of paper as far as material for studying is concerned. So once the syllabus is out, you will have individual publishers who will publish the study material. So amongst them, Gleim is being one of the oldest. Dr. Gleim has been in business for the last 40 years. We brought him into India in 2001 and we have a good 75 plus passing percentage on this program. Is that good? Yes. What is your CA passing percentage? So if you're focused enough, 6 months, 7 months, whatever it is good enough. So what else does Concord do? Concord basically, besides doing the CPA, also does in-house training for corporates. We provide you with the best study material, which is a Gleim Incorporation study kit. This study kit will have everything that is required from the exam perspective. So you will not have to go out looking for any author. You will not have to sit in any library looking for some topics. Everything that is required to pass the CPA examination will be provided to you in a kit. I will show you the kit also later on. It will have textbooks, it will have flashcards, it will have softwares, question banks, mock exams, humongous study material. Okay? And this is all original imported US study material. The best study material to prepare for the CPA examination. The classes which are going to be conducted will have faculties. All our faculties will be coming from Bombay, most of them. They are all CAs and CPAs. They have all been into the CPA for many years and each one is specialized into whatever he will be teaching you. So if somebody is dealing in tax day in and day out, he will be teaching you tax. Somebody who is dealing in US GAAP will teach you finance. Somebody who is specialized in auditing will teach you audit. So in short, this is going to be a very interactive class, a very interactive session. It will be conducted only on weekends. So it does not mingle with your other commitments throughout the week. It will be a full day class and it's not a recording or it's not a webinar or anything of that sort. It's a one-to-one interactive class. Every Wednesday we will send you an email telling you that okay, this is what we are going to be covering in the coming Sunday class. So we expect you to browse through the material for a better understanding. How much to extract out of the faculty is up to you. If you know your subject well beforehand, then you will be able to grasp better, you will be able to interact better. Your one question could help the 50 other guys sitting out there. Okay? So that's how it works. So these are going to be live classes conducted on weekends. The faculties, as I told you, will all be coming from Mumbai, most of them. You will get entire logistical support. Now what is logistical support? Logistical support is, there is something called an evaluation process. Okay? Every student who wants to do the CPA will have to get his Indian academic scores converted to US semester hours. So who does this? This is done by certified evaluators in the US. So the first thing that we will do is, we will evaluate you. Okay, we will ask for documents in a certain format from you. We pay the fees to the evaluator and then the evaluator sends you an evaluation certificate. This certificate is the first process. It is mandatory. Without that, you cannot apply to any state board for the examination. Okay. After that then comes the NOCs and the applying of fees and so on and so forth. So this entire logistical support will be given by Concord Academics and Navkar both. So on your part, you just have to study. Everything else will be taken care by us. Only thing that we will not do and we cannot do for you is we cannot study for you. So that is something that you need to do. Everything else we will do. Whether it is study material, whether it is logistical support, just about anything. So this basically is the highest certification in accountancy, not only in the US. This is equivalent to the Indian CA, but on a global front. So even if you are a rank holder in your country, in the US, that rank holder has got no value. Because the CA is not recognized out there. There what is recognized is the CPA. Okay. So this is the American equivalent of the Indian CA. Now where are the examinations conducted? The examinations for this are conducted in the US. There are centers which have opened up in other places as well. One of them is the Middle East. We don't actually recommend the Middle East because of certain other parameters which will keep coming on the next slide, so I'll come to that later on. So this basically describes the 4 papers that you need to be covering and how you can get a better edge over other students when it comes to a campus pickup. Okay, so if there are about 20-25 students who are to be picked up by a company and 4 or 5 of them have got a CPA, definitely you are going to have a better edge over those who are not CPAs. See, you have to look at this as an investment 4 to 5 years down the line. I'll give you a simple example. Gujarat Ambuja Cement has been taken over. They have got 25 CAs. They have asked all their CAs to do the CPA. Today they are reinstating their accounts in the Indian GAAP as well as the US GAAP. So this is just one example. Over a period of time, over 5 years, 10 years, this is exactly what is going to be happening. It's not that the Indian GAAP is going to be eradicated in a day or two, but over a period of time, it will lose its shield. And what is going to be coming up is going to be the US GAAP and the IFRS. So you have to look at this as an investment over a period of the next few years. You guys are young. As far as the eligibility is concerned, you have to have 16 years of academics, or you have to be a chartered accountant. So when we say 16, it is your graduation in commerce plus 1 year of maybe LLB, maybe MCom. If it is an MBA, of course, it can't be 1 or 2 semesters, you have to be a complete MBA. So company secretaries also can be CPAs, MBAs also can be CPAs. So there are a whole lot of combinations, but basically if you look at it, it is 16 years of academics that we should be looking at. If you are from a if you are from a NAC A accredited university, there are certain universities which are NAC A accredited, and you are a first class, only and only then do you override the 16-year rule. So if you are from, say, Bangalore University or Mumbai University or Pune University, unfortunately Gujarat University is not a NAC A accredited university, so you don't qualify even if you are first class. So in your case, you need to be completing 16 years or you need to be a chartered accountant. So if you are a BCom and a chartered accountant, you don't need any MCom or any other qualification. You are right away eligible to take up the program. The exams basically are in windows. So what is a window basically? A window is a testing window for the examination. So the first 2 months of every quarter, as in Jan, Feb is an open window. March, there is no examination. Again, April, May is an open window. June, there is no examination. So for 8 months of the year, you can take your examination. You can choose which paper to give first, which paper to give last. You can give 4 papers in 4 days. You can give 4 papers in 4 weeks. Okay. You have to complete these 4 papers in 18 months. Ideally, it costs a lot to go out there, so you should at the most take 1 or 2 days gap between each paper, finish up the exam in 8 to 10 days and come back. Your results come out after a month. Okay. You need to be scoring 75 out of 100 individually in each paper. There is no aggregate. So if you have about 5 testlets for the examination, you will not know which question is carrying how many marks. So you are playing sort of blind, but you have to attempt the whole paper. This is also more of a time management exam. So these are some of the centers like Japan, Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE. As I told you, you should not be taking the exam in the Middle East for the only simple reason that you pay 3 times more. So if it is something to do with cost saving, you are not really going to be saving anything on the cost. You may save on the airfare, but you will end up paying more of it as far as the examination fees is concerned. So ideally you should travel to the US, and as Urveshi said, not a problem on the visa front at all. Okay, none of our students have ever been refused a visa. So you just have to apply for a simple B1, B2 visa, apply for a 10-day visa. Invariably everybody gets a 10-year visa. This is all your paper is going to be. It's going to be a 60-40 paper. The time frames are given. You have to complete your paper in that much of a time. It's a completely online examination. So you have a clock which starts ticking when you sit in the Prometric Center. So even if you take a bio break, the clock is still ticking. So in 4 hours, or 4.5 hours, or 3 hours, you've got to manage everything. So your paper is going to be a 60-40, where 60% is going to be a multiple choice questions. Okay, as simple as plain ABC. Not really that simple. But you have a question with 4 options. You got to choose the most appropriate option. To practice the 60%, we give you a question bank of 6,000 multiple choice questions. So you have a database which gives you a conceptual clearance on 6,000 questions. See, this is an exam which is a conceptual exam. It is not at all something which is related to any standard. You are not tested in fact for any numbers. There are no sums. There are no standards that they expect you to remember. They actually want you to pass the examination. Okay? That is exactly the reason why they themselves come out with a 65% score. Whereas we have nearly a 75 plus passing percentage. 40% of it is simulations of condensed case studies. It is the same concept in a different format. So you may imagine following, you may have to fill in the blank, you may be asked to draft a letter. In regulation, you may be asked to do some search on a certain terminology, like we do a Google search. So to understand these concepts, you have 80 simulations that are given to you in your kit. You can practice them. The 6,000 question answers you can practice as many times as you want. When you are studying in the study mode, you will know why A is right, why BCD is wrong. It is very important to be conceptually clear, okay, as to why A is right, why BCD is wrong. So even if the question is tweaked in any which way in the examination, you will be able to answer the question. So once you've done your study in the study mode, you can then switch over to the test mode. Test mode is sort of a mock exam mode. You can take as many mock exams as you want. You have to aim for 100, you land up at 85, 90. If you aim for 75, God bless you. Okay? So you aim for 100, you will definitely get 85, 90. This is the simplest exam on the face of this earth. But you have to study, like any other exam. And believe me, they actually want you to pass. So they have made life very easy. Whether it is scheduling of the exam or whether any other conceptual. Okay, so that's how it works. Except for business, it's a 60-40 paper. So what happens when you open up your first testlet? When you open up a testlet is nothing but a bunch of questions. So you'll have about, say, 30 questions. You don't know which question is carrying how many marks. You start attempting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't have to take more than a minute per question. You may find question number 6 a little tricky. I don't know what it is. Mark it, move forward. So you save time. Once you've done all your 30, you go back to the ones you marked, review it, answer it, review the entire testlet, and submit it. Unless and until you have submitted your first testlet, you do not get access to the second testlet. So you don't see your entire paper in the very first go. You will only see it testlet wise. There is a reason for that. As I said, they want you to pass the exam. So if you do extremely well in your first testlet, your second testlet might be a little tougher. But if you do pathetically bad in your first testlet, your second testlet will be fairly easy. Okay? So that's how it works. So you do your first and second round, which will be multiple choice questions, and then you move on to your next fourth testlet, which will be simulations. So you finish your 5 testlets, submit the paper. Your result comes out after a month. So you don't have to wait for your results in the US unless you have some other plans. You can come back and you get an email, or you can go on your account on the site. After a month you will know what the scores are. Now you take all your 4 exams. It won't happen, but God forbid you flunk in one. 1 mark can cost you a lakh of rupees. You have to be very careful. You have to make sure that you take as many mock exams as you want and score 90 plus always. But nevertheless, if it happens and you fail in one paper, you get a credit for the other 3 papers in which you passed for 18 months. Okay. So within 18 months, you need to go and give that 1 paper only. You pay for that 1 paper only. Because your credit for the other 3 is on for 18 months. God forbid you don't go. You lose credit of those 3 papers and you have to pay your fees all over again. Pretty simple. You will not flunk, believe me. If you study the way we tell you, you have the best of faculties, you have the best of books, the best of study material. If you are focused enough, there is absolutely no reason why you should be failed. This is the simplest exam on the face of this earth. So our classes basically will be a whole day Sunday class starting around 8:30, ending around 5:30. We'll have 2 sessions, a pre-lunch and a post-lunch session. We do 1 subject at a time, so that you can focus on that 1 subject. Whatever is done on that 1 Sunday, 3, 4 study minutes, whatever, you have a whole week to revise and study them. And that is good enough. So by the time we complete 1 round of the entire syllabus, you all will have completed 1 round of the entire syllabus. Hopefully, if you are focused. Then what happens is, you may take a month, or you may take 2 months at the most. So 6 to 7 months is all that is required from the exam perspective. So in 6 to 7 months, you can clear off all the examinations, all your preparations, and go for your examinations. At that point of time, or maybe 2 months before that, you can tell us when you plan to take your window. Accordingly, we will tell you when you actually pay your fees. Okay? Slide basically just this slide, most of it that we already discussed. This is the material that we spoke about. You get software, simulations, audios, onlines. I'll show you the material as well. Comes the costing of it. Your class will cost you 115, 1,10,000. This is inclusive of your entire study kit. So what will your study kit have? Your study kit will have books like this for the 4 subjects. So this is basically a regulation book. Okay, so you will have 4 books for the 4 subjects: business, audit, finance, and regulation. Along with these 4 books, you will also get 4 flashcards. Flashcards is something that we've developed. Our US office has developed this exclusively for our students. So you don't have to sit and write notes. Everything is ready in this. You just have to use highlighters. Okay. You can mark whatever is important from your perspective. You have an e-class which you get in your kit. So when you are back from your class, you can make whatever notes you want additional. Everything is fresh in your mind. don't keep a backlog. The one secret of passing this exam is never to have a backlog. If you don't have a backlog, you are definitely going to fail. And if you have a backlog, then God help. Your 6 months might become what? 8 months, 10 months. So this is basically talking also of the examination fees. The examination fees are approximately $900 for all the 4 papers, 1 attempt. Your evaluation fee is approximately $250 US. You can say about $1,200 put together for evaluation and examination fees. Okay, and about 75,000 rupees for your return air ticket, Bombay, New York, Bombay, and a few dollars to stay out there. Say about $1,000, $100 a day bed and breakfast. So if you equate this whole thing, it comes to approximately 3 lakh rupees. But this 3 lakh provision is not required at one go. When you actually make a decision, you require only a lakh of rupees to start with. The other 2 lakhs will be required when you actually travel for the examination. That is when you book your air ticket, you will pay your examination fees and so on and so forth. Okay. So I guess Navkar is also talking to certain banks, so you can get your loan arrangements also from there. So I guess I have covered most of the technical points.
If I just summarize the things in front of you, you will have 3 phases. Number 1, you just need to check your eligibility to appear for. That is known as evaluation. Second is your coaching part, and third one is your exam part. Now suppose if you are already eligible 12 plus 4, then from tomorrow itself you can start with the process. Because if you are 12 plus 4, we are saying that you are eligible. You will just have to go through formalities, and that evaluation is of $250 approx. That is being taken by some US based agency. Number 1, coaching is starting from next Sunday. 18 to 24 Sundays will have working. Almost 8 hours per Sunday with a break and lunch break. Lunch will be provided from our side. Faculties will be more or less CPA. We'll try that CPA plus CA. Faculties will be more or less from Mumbai. Majority, those who are having experience of dealing with such students. In total, if you see that yes, I am starting with this process, still I have 2 queries, because now you will do interaction with your parents, now you will do interaction with your friends. On Thursday evening, myself and Hitesh sir will be available, because 2-3 days it will take on your side to have some sort of query or confusion. Thursday evening we will be available. Now your fees are of 3 types. One is evaluation and exam fee, which is equal to our registration and exam fee. In ICI, first of all we are doing registration and then after exam fee. In a similar way in US, it's evaluation and exam fee. Evaluation almost $250, exam almost $900. $1,200 के आसपास आपका ये evaluation और exam fee रहेगा. Second, your traveling and accommodation वो last stage में रहेगा. That is also around 1 lakh. ये दोनों के लिए we are interacting with the bankers. SBI और Bank of India के साथ हमारी बात हो चुकी है. यानी almost आपकी 2 लाख की जो cost है, उसके लिए banks will finance. Up to 4 lakhs, they have said that on the guarantee of parents only we will grant the loans. If total cost is 3 lakhs, out of which almost 2 lakhs is being financed, वो क्या finance करेंगे? पहली चीज finance करेंगे, that is traveling and accommodation, and second your evaluation and exam fees. The third or the first one rather I should say, that is a coaching with Navkar and Concord, which is in total having almost fee of 1,15,000 at present up to next Saturday, means before the first lecture. If anyone is enrolled, it is 1,05,000. So there is a discount of 10,000 if anyone is enrolling in this week. And I know that you might have some dilemma, confusion regarding whether I should go for it or not, or your parents wish to talk to us. Usually सुबह 10 से 12 में इतने सर अवेलेबल होते हैं पल्लवी ऑफिस में, लेकिन फिर भी अगर आपको पर्सनल इसी पर्पस से मिलना है, थर्सडे इवनिंग we will be available at NS3 6 to 8:30 ऑलमोस्ट हम अवेलेबल होंगे. यानी आपके दिमाग में आपको कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो आप पूछ सकते हो उस दरमियान. 4 सब्जेक्ट ही है, 100 मार्क्स का पेपर है, 75% पासिंग चाहिए. उसके अंदर कॉन्कोर्ड का रिजल्ट वर्षों से बहुत अच्छा आता है. And those who are already having basic knowledge about all this subject, so you will be in a far better position than any general student who has not started or any CA studies. तो उनकी कंपैरिजन में हमारी पास होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी बढ़ती जाएगी. Number 2, when you are at Navkar, it's not like that on Sunday you are coming, attending, going back. We can't tolerate this. ये तो CA में भी नहीं करते, क्योंकि हम CA के अंदर भी दिन के 8 घंटे आपको बिठाते हैं. ये संडे की बात है सिर्फ. So ऐसा भी है, there will be a lot of work which you will have to do at home. Apart from studying at present in Sunday Navkar के अंदर, will make sure because your result won't be your result, it's going to be a first batch and it will be our result. And we want to give a big newspaper advertisement that all our students clear CPA examination in first attempt. Because we know that it's a mouth publicity through which this education is working. You will convey, pass on this message to your juniors and they will think of doing this kind of courses. So it's first of all एकदम ट्रांसपेरेंट प्रोसेस है. आपको सोचना है बैंक लोन भी अवेलेबल है इसमें, सीए में जो नहीं अवेलेबल होता है, इट्स ओनली एन इन्वेस्टमेंट. आई डोंट से इट्स अ वेस्टिंग ऑफ मनी. इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ 1,50,000 इन टर्म्स ऑफ अमाउंट व्हिच इज लेस देन अ लेजर ट्रिप. एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ टाइम अगर देखने के लिए जाए तो शायद ज्यादा से ज्यादा 8 महीना आज से लेके गिने तो इस दरमियान आप अपने सीपीए की डिग्री को एनकैश अचीव कर सकते हो. उसके बाद उसका एनकैशमेंट 3 जगह पे पॉसिबल है, इंडिया में, गल्फ में एंड यूएस के अंदर. ये फर्स्ट फेज जो आपको है वो निकाल देना है आने वाले 8 महीनों के दरमियान. आपके साइड से कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ सकते हैं. यस प्लीज.
So once we are done with the CPA, what is the percentage and what is the probability of getting a job there?
First of all, the same question when I met Bhushan, I asked. There are 2 possibilities in India. Number 1, in states directly they may not, because H1B visa is being little difficult. But what will happen? You will work in Gulf, and within 6 months or 7 months, within Gulf, all companies are belonging to US. So you will develop your contact over there, and you will get your job in US. More or less, students are doing it this way. They are starting with the Gulf, maybe Dubai, Oman, or Muscat, and then after, at the end, 1 year will take to ultimately to decide your final destination in US. So if your decision is I want to go in US only, that is why even someone should have only that destination, not to stay in India, not to stay in Gulf, but you need to start from India or you need to start. अच्छा इंडिया में कोई इंडियन कंपनी आपको रखेंगे नहीं, MNC रखेंगे, and afterwards by developing your contact you can travel to Gulf. And more or less all students are doing it this way. हमारे जितने स्टूडेंट्स हैं ना ये इसी रूट से गए and they were settled there. उसके बाद आप उस कंपनी में हो या किसी और कंपनी में, उसके बाद आपको लेने के लिए सारी जो प्रोसेस करनी होगी वो कंपनी को करनी है. But when you are a fresher, when you don't have experience of working in US here, immediately they will not try for your visa. You need to create your importance. After clearing your CPA examination, you will have to work for 6 months or so with some US company, and then after they will pick you, because now you will have experience. So all visa formalities afterwards they will do. Yes.
So you give exam in any city in US?
Yes.
550 plus
सेंटर्स है जहाँ पे पूरे अक्रॉस दी ग्लोब जहाँ पे आप एग्जाम दे सकते हो. एग्जाम 2 जगह पे, चलो एक मेरे साइड से क्लियर कर दूं मैं पहले. यूएस एंड दूसरा दुबई. दुबई में तो वीजा का प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है, लेकिन दुबई के अंदर एग्जामिनेशन की फी $2,400 और जो यूएस में 850 है. सो मोर और लेस एट द एंड होता क्या है कि आपका ट्रैवलिंग और एकोमोडेशन गिनो तो दोनों की इक्वल हो जाती है. So first we should try for US, and if we are not getting, Dubai is the option. So ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आपने पढ़ाई कर ली और उसके बाद वीजा नहीं मिलने से मेरी एग्जाम नहीं हो रही है. अच्छा ऐसा भी है, आपने एग्जाम फी पे कर दी 850, आपको हॉल टिकट आ चुकी, then you wait for visa and visa authority is denied. उस वक्त आपको कुछ बहुत ही छोटी पोर्शन कट करके जितनी एग्जाम की फी भरी थी वो सब कुछ वापस दे देंगे, because you didn't get a visa. So it won't happen कि that is in vain, चला जाएगा सब कुछ. और आपके केस में आपका इवैल्यूएशन करने से पहले वहां पे भेजे जो $250 इवैल्यूएशन का होता है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल इवैल्यूएट दैट वेदर इट इज, आप कोई ग्रेजुएट होके आता है कि मुझे सीपीए करना है तो हमें ही पता है कि डोंट अप्लाई फॉर इट, यू नीड टू हैव 12+4, उसके बाद ही अप्लाई कर सकते हो। लेकिन नेक के अंदर ए है, नेक का सर्टिफिकेट आता है, अपना गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी का बी है, सौराष्ट्र का ए है, सौराष्ट्र यूनिवर्सिटी को रिसेंटली ए सर्टिफिकेट मिला है, तो सौराष्ट्र वाले का 3 साल ही चलेगा और गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी 12+4 होना चाहिए। तो ये सब पैरामीटर्स पहले हम यहाँ पे देखेंगे, इफ यू फाइंड इट एलिजिबल तो यूएस आएगा, अदरवाइज यूएस 12+4 तो कर रहे हैं। यस, कीप क्वाइट ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज। सीए है तो और कोई बेनिफिट नहीं है, कोई पेपर में एग्जाम्पशन नहीं है, कोई फीस में भी एग्जाम्पशन, इस फीस में डिस्काउंट नहीं है, फीस में डिस्काउंट नहीं है और पेपर में एग्जाम्पशन नहीं है। इफ यू आर सी यानी यू विल बी एट पार विद सी। हाँ, लेकिन सर ने इससे पहले के सेशन में बताया था, इफ समवन इज स्कोरिंग 95+ मार्क्स इन ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स in all 4 in a first attempt, they will give you $3,000 as a bonus because you are exceptional. But Indians can do this, Indian students can do this. Yes, listen all of you please.
Sir, as per my knowledge, मतलब ऐसा है कि हर स्टेट का अलग सीपीए के फॉर्म
नहीं, वो लाइसेंसिंग के लिए है। ऐसा है सीपीए तो ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड कहीं से भी आप एग्जाम दो, लेकिन उसके बाद अगर आपको सीओपी के लिए जाना है, सीओपी मींस लाइसेंसिंग, जो कोई इंडियन जाता नहीं है जल्दी, लेकिन फिर भी आपको जाना है तो कैलिफोर्निया बोलता है आपको कि आपको किसी सीपीए के अंदर 1.5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए, टेक्सास बोलता है नहीं 2 साल का होना चाहिए, न्यूयॉर्क बोलता है नहीं 3 साल का होना चाहिए। सो वेर यू वांट टू प्रैक्टिस, उस हिसाब से आपको उतना एक्सपीरियंस गैदर करना पड़ेगा। So that is for licensing purpose and not for appearing for exam or getting this degree. Yes.
Sir, I'm done with my BCom and obviously I gave my attest in Navkar. So then by what time can I expect to apply for CPA?
ऐसा है, पर 4th year you are not done. And LLB भी नहीं किया, MCom भी नहीं join किया, even external will do. From eligible university even external will do. तो check कर लो external का form अगर आता है कि वगैरह, but till the time you are एलिजिबिलिटी के लिए 12+4 तो चाहिए। होने के बाद आप इवैल्यूएशन, आप पढ़ाई स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, बट यू कैन नॉट अपीयर फॉर द एग्जाम।
You cannot evaluate yourself if you are.
Then I can count 1 year ahead. I mean 1 year.
You can prepare better for it. You can prepare better for it with the best preparation you can do. So जो 12th के बाद जो 4 years होने चाहिए वो 14 साल तो चाहिए। और आपका गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी के अहमदाबाद है, उसका तो स्टेटस भी चेक करना पड़ेगा। शायद वो A+ हो, अगर A+ हो तो 12+3 is also acceptable. अहमदाबाद is B, अच्छा B है तो फिर 12+4 चाहिए। इग्नो is also acceptable. इग्नो is acceptable. Yes. कहीं जगह पे अभी फॉर्म्स पेंडिंग हो गए, मैं अभी बता दूं, एक्सटर्नल के, बीकॉम, एमकॉम के, एलएलबी के वो भर दो, और सीए के स्टूडेंट तो पास तो होने वाले, तो उस केस में आपको तो नेक्स्ट अप्रैल में इसकी डिग्री भी मिल जाएगी, पैरेलल पढ़ाई स्टार्ट कर दो। सीए है तो फिर कुछ नहीं देखना,
CA plus BCom.
फिर बीकॉम के 3 साल में तो भी चलेगा। वंस यू आर अ सीए एंड इफ यू आर गेटिंग इन दिस जनवरी अ पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट, देन नो नीड ऑफ एलएलबी, नो नीड ऑफ एमकॉम।
So what about CS? What about it?
नॉट इंटरेस्टेड, इट शुड बी एस। इसीलिए मैंने आईपीसीसी का पूछा था, लेकिन दैट्स नॉट एलिजिबल। यस,
कोई प्लेसमेंट फैसिलिटी है अवेलेबल कौन-कौन?
इनफैक्ट आप प्लेसमेंट के लिए, हमने भी पहले जब सीए ज्वाइन किया था, नवकार ने उसके बाद में स्टार्ट किया प्लेसमेंट, एंड नाउअडेज एवरी मंथ वी आर प्लेसिंग मेनी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट। सो सिन विल आल्सो डू फॉर ट्राई फॉर सीपीए, दैट वेयर वी कैन प्लेस समवन, लेकिन सीपीए को एब्सॉर्ब करने वाले अहमदाबाद में कम मिलते हैं। इट इज अवेलेबल इन मुंबई, इट इज अवेलेबल इन दिल्ली, अवेलेबल इन चेन्नई, मेट्रो सिटीज, इन गल्फ। आपको पूछना भी नहीं पड़ेगा, आप अपने आप ही प्लेस हो जाओगे व्हेन यू आर अ सीपीए। यस,
बीकॉम प्लस एमकॉम में 3 सेमेस्टर क्लियर हो गए
तो एलिजिबल
सेकंड सेमेस्टर वाली है 3 और 4
ऐसा कैसे? देखो, इवैल्यूएशन में डिफर फ्रॉम कैंडिडेट टू कैंडिडेट, वो हर एक का केस अलग ही जो भी केस होगा केस टू केस वो डिफर होता है, और ये हम भी डिसाइड करने वाले नहीं है कि आप एलिजिबल हो कि नहीं, वो कौन डिसाइड करेगा कि भाई यस ही इज एलिजिबल, उसके बाद ही हमें शायद फीस पे करनी है। स्कैन कॉपी आप भेजोगे तुरंत ही आपको पता चल जाएगा।
24 hours 48 दिन स्टार्ट किया है।
यस पीछे एनीवन क्या आर्टिकलशिप का नहीं, वो शायद लाइसेंसिंग के लिए वो कंसीडर करें तो आई डोंट थिंक सो वो भी कंसीडर करेंगे। इंडियन जो आप वहां से कोई काम करके आए यहाँ पे उसका इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं होगा, उसी तरह से यहाँ से काम करके गए वहां पे इंपॉर्टेंस वो सिर्फ लाइसेंसिंग के लिए चाहिए, डिग्री के लिए तो आर्टिकलशिप जैसा कुछ है नहीं उसके लिए। यस हाँ ये तो चालू जैसे नहीं इंडियन उसी ना हाँ બધું જ यस वो ऑस्ट्रेलियन सीपीए यूएस માં એનો બેનિફિટ છે એ અમુક પેપર એક્ઝામ કે ફાઇનલ પણ ફાઇનલ સુધી પહોંચવું તો પડે યસ લિસન ઓલ ઓફ યુ yes definitely a good question. He said that whether outsourcing work we can get from US. There are firms in Ahmedabad who are having their US establishment and कम से कम 5000 गोरे लोगों के रिटर्न उनके ऑफिस में भरे जाते होंगे, और ऑब्वियसली उस वक्त उन्हें सीपीए की जरूरत है। ये किसी फर्म में अगर आपको काम करना है, लेकिन आपका कोई फ्रेंड है वहां पे सीपीए, तो आप उसके थ्रू वर्क ले सकते हो, यहाँ पे कर सकते हो, बिकॉज नाउ यू आर अवेयर ऑफ टैक्सेशन ऑफ यूएसए। हाँ वो तो वैसे भी ले सकते हो, उसके लिए तो सीपीए की भी जरूरत नहीं। साइनिंग राइट्स आर अकाउंटिंग के लिए साइनिंग की जरूरत नहीं है, और वो तो हम कर ही सकते हैं, बट दैट नॉलेज यू नीड टू हैव। सो यू बेसिकली इंडियन सीए फर्म्स क्या करती है, एक यहाँ पे सीए रखा, एक न्यूयॉर्क के अंदर उनका सीपीए बैठा है, वहां से दे आर गैदरिंग दी वर्क, सेंडिंग इट टू इंडिया, डन एट इंडियन प्लेस एंड गिवन इट बैक। इन दिस वे सीए फर्म्स आर वर्किंग। तो ऐसी सीए फर्म में भी आपकी रिक्रूटमेंट अहमदाबाद में हो सकती है, जो भी मैम आए थे उनका रिक्रूटमेंट उसी हिसाब से। यस एमकॉम एक्सटर्नल इज यस
Yes.
we will apply in fact for B1 B2 now.
No, she's saying I already have a B1 B2.
B1 B2, then yes you can go and appear for the exam. Yes, yes, yes.
And to be employed on payroll with visa.
H1B.
H1B.
But you can't apply for an H1B. The company who is sponsoring you will have to.
Yes.
Sir, if someone has applied for student visa and got the student visa, can that candidate give exam?
You are not appearing for applying for students visa. I think so.
No, he's saying that supposing somebody is on a student visa already in the US, yes, he can give a CPA.
Yes. But
Because
more or
not
less,
legally in the US.
more or less, whoever is sitting here will study here and will go there for 10 days, appear for the examination, and will come back. Because staying is also costing you, except you have your relatives over there.
We'll assist you. We have an office in the US as well.
यूएस के अंदर ऑफिस है, वहाँ पे से आपको असिस्टेंस भी मिलेगा, बिकॉज मोर और लेस और गुजराती का कोई ना कोई कनेक्शन तो वहाँ पे होता ही है। You can find out.
You know Suneka.
Yes.
So what are the prospects of pursuing masters or MBA there along with CPA and then job like in H1?
In fact, MBA, when we think it is on more on a management side.
So masters in accountancy or something?
This is a thing of all things available in commerce. What we have in, you can compare Indian CA and Indian MBA, except you are doing from IIM, and then a similar way CPA with the other courses. So it is on the top of the table among all the courses in the commerce stream. So it's always beneficial to go for the CPA. Why I am telling you about CPA? Why we are not invited? Why we didn't go to any BCom college to explain them about the CPA? Reason, you already have gained 90% of your knowledge through CA.
I'm not talking about that. We'll be going on visa if we go for masters, right?
Yes.
We can complete our CPA during that period.
Yes, yes.
After that, what are the prospects
Okay, still US is under recession. Unless you gain your experience somewhere, it could be in the Middle East or it could be maybe in India. So it's not so likely that you will immediately, just because you have a master's, you will immediately get it. But yes, if you already have one and you have a master's, then you have a very big edge over the others. So generally what students do is, they will do their CPA, work in the Middle East with the US corporate. If you work with the US corporate, you are already part of the system. Then getting in H1B is not very good. Then you go out there, spend a year maybe. Okay, it's very expensive to do a master's there, it's not so cheap. It costs you around 25-30 lakh rupees to do a master's. You have to work or you should have a corporate. Okay, that's all. But yes, definitely you will have an edge. That's the vision of it.
Yes. Not at all. That's not it. Yes. जरूरी नहीं है जनवरी फरवरी में आपने किया 2 सब्जेक्ट दिए और एनी टाइम यू कैन अपेयर बट व्हाट आई एम सीइंग per subject around
When I said $900 is for all the 4 subjects, 1 attempt. So God forbid you flunk. Next time you only have to pay the fees for that particular subject. Only thing is you have to travel again.
और सब्जेक्ट फीस क्या है? नेक्स्ट टाइम एक ही सब्जेक्ट
So around $250. Yeah. In the Middle East?
Can we give that exam in Middle East or
No, you can't. Once you've taken it in the US, you have to go to the US. You'll have to give all those papers also again in the Middle East. It doesn't make any sense. You can't be taking half your half.
Sir, if I want to go for banking and finance, CFA is better or CPA is better?
Banking and finance. There is nothing as a specific profile. Okay, whichever company takes you will interview into their system for about 2 months, 2.5 months. So that is how it works. You can't be deciding on a profile before you take the certificate.
In a concluding note, just to convey that it's a new dimension which we have opened in Navkar, and you do have experience of staying in Navkar, studying in Navkar. So it won't be a new environment, but definitely a new opportunity for whoever is sitting here. I missed this opportunity 15 years, 17 years back. But I believe that you should not miss. Even if you complete with your CA, still I will suggest you that go for CPA. Even if you complete with your CA. Because now this is not a generation, because of huge competition, in this era, CA is not enough. आज आप सभी यहाँ पे आए हो, आपको कुछ फ्रेंड्स ने बोला होगा कि क्या भी CPA के लिए सोच रहा है, CFA के लिए सोच रहा है, थोड़ा लाइफ में एंजॉय तो कर, कितने सालों से CA में था वगैरह, ऐसा बोला होकर उन सभी को मेरे सब साइड से जवाब देना मोरल से आप सभी मेरे स्टूडेंट्स हो, एंड यू नो माय वे ऑफ टेलिंग यू, कुछ साराना अंदाज में बता देना अपने फ्रेंड्स को जो आपको बोले कि क्यों आज गए थे वगैरह, ऐसे फ्रेंड को बताना, दोस्त तू मुझे गुमराह मत कर, मंजिल मुझे मिल ही जाएगी एक दिन भटकते हुए ही सही, दोस्त तू मुझे घबरा मत कर, मिल जाएगी मंजिल मुझे एक दिन भटकते हुए ही सही, गुमराह तो वो लोग हैं जो घर से अभी निकले ही नहीं। कुछ भी हो, संडे को हमारी बैच ये स्टार्ट हो रही है। Make your mind clear, take a good call, consult whoever you want to consult. You can also meet us 10 to 12 सुबह मॉर्निंग में इधर सर को, और थर्सडे को आप फिर से मिलने के लिए आ सकते हो इंडिविजुअली 6 to 8:30 at NS3. Believe me, it's going to be a game changer for all of you. So I do advise to all of you, join as early as possible for CPA. Thank you very much. Thanks for